not disappointed. I think it was a very strong show that we put up, and I'm very, I'm happy. I'm just really exhausted. And I just really need to sleep right now, but yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Has it been worth it, this whole journey for you?
Definitely. This is easily one of the most exhilarating experiences I've ever had. And truth be told, it was a very difficult decision at the beginning to want to put myself out there, especially knowing how opposition candidates have it tougher than the incumbent. But for us to have done it, for us to have really stepped out of our comfort zone and stepped into an area that is known as a PAP stronghold, I think that is something that we are very happy we did. Yeah.
Are you surprised by the overwhelming support that you've gotten in the last couple of weeks?
I mean, if you look at the previous elections in the constituency 19 years ago, the result was a landslide victory for the PAP with 72.9% of votes garnered. So, I mean, for us, walking the ground in the past few weeks, the support has been overwhelming, and it is very obvious that things have changed a lot since then.
And what does this mean for politics in Singapore as far as
let us be mindful that, as many have said, this elections is really something different from the previous ones, and many factors have come into play. I think one of it is different channels of communicating and disseminating information, and this has really led to more Singaporeans stepping up to really talk about what they believe in, and being more bold and more courageous than before, and finally seeing that there is a need for political ownership and to have a stake in that country. So I think moving forward for the elections, the subsequent elections ahead, things are just going to get more interesting. You're going to see more young Singaporeans step up. You're going to see a lot more qualified and credible Singaporean candidates step up to really contribute to creating a more vibrant and diverse political landscape in Singapore. And I think this just speaks of how we are really maturing as a society.
What are your plans after this?
As in right after this? Sleep. I mean, we don't see this as the end. As it is, we are already preparing for the next elections, and this is really about renewal. I think that our participation in these elections has really taught us so much, and we can't wait to move forward and to really do more for the constituency. So we have already reached out to a couple of residents. We know that some issues cannot be solved through GRC because of our limitations as we are not elected. But what we can do is to help them in our own capacity, and we have already started doing that. And on top of that, we will continue to work very hard on the ground for the next 5 years.
And for 5 years is a long time, though. Won't you get tired by then? Are you determined to come back?
I'm tired.
You're tired, but I'm not. You're tired, but I'm not. I'm raring to go. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
To me, this is just the beginning. I never saw this 2011 elections as an end in itself. To me, I was always thinking about what's going to happen the next time round, what's going to happen 5 years down the road. And I think that, if you want to go into politics, you have to take a very long-term view with regards to what you want to achieve. Because you can't make changes in just a short time or, in just a day. And it really takes a lot of hard work on the ground. Yeah.
So are you going straight back to work, or are you going to take a few months off?
Huh? Few months? I don't have that luxury. I am going to start work on Monday.
That's not on Monday.
Yeah, I'm just going to start work on Monday. I mean, it's been physically and mentally exhausting, but I think I just feel rejuvenated and energized by this at the same time. So, Monday, it's back to work, business as usual.
Really?
Yeah.
Social media seems to have played a big part in making you a popular politician. And do you think it will continue to play that sort of a role not in the next elections, but in these 5 years when there are no elections?
I wouldn't doubt the fact that social media has been a very strong channel for many parties this elections. But let us remember that social media in itself is just a medium. So if you want to use it for the sake of using it, you're not going to get much result. I think what people are looking for in a politician and a public figure is really their willingness to serve, the sincerity, most importantly that authenticity and that ability to really listen to Singaporeans and temper that with what is viable in the long term for the country's future. So I think it is all these ingredients that really contribute to engaging the people, not so much social media in itself.
If there was one thing that you could change leading up in your preparations, leading up to this election, what would that be?
I wouldn't change a single thing. What we have learned, the experiences that we've had have really strengthened our resolve as a political party. And I think moving forward, as we renew ourselves and we recharge ourselves for the next battle ahead, things are just going to get more exciting. I think we see ourselves building a stronger base with more Singaporeans stepping up to help.
I think for sure Nico will be tasked to a more important role.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. Right?
Such as what?
Well, you will see in time to come.
Yeah, something you say for later on.
It's not the end of the world for
It's definitely
NSP,
not the end. It's
right?
just the beginning.
Yeah.
I think NSP has grown so strong in the past few months. And I think that the kind of potential that we have as a party is just beginning to unravel. And we can only get stronger the next time round.
You quoted MM's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just that a minor setback for me personally as a leader of this party, right? But for the young, as I said, for the young people like Nico and the group, I think it is a part and parcel of renewal for the party, which I will see to expedite the process in due course.
So, do you see yourself as a role model for young Singaporeans? I know it's an unfair question, but you have become one.
Role model is a really big word. So I'm not sure if I want to... I'm not sure if I qualify as one, but I think at the very least I've given a lot of young Singaporeans that space to talk about what they want to talk about, to really think about how they are going to formulate their own opinions, their own standpoints, and the way they are going to contribute to developing the political discourse in our society.
I heard you've been approached for the UN to be a youth ambassador, is it?
Huh?
No?
It might have gotten lost in my emails because I've gotten quite a number of offers to speak at different institutes. Yeah.
So, such as where?
Too many. I can't remember right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what are your thoughts on the victories by other opposition parties?
I think it's very encouraging. I'm very happy. We were cheering for Workers' Party in the car on our way here. So I'm just so excited, and I think that this is the start of something really new, really exciting, really vibrant for Singapore. Because all this while, we've had a really stagnant political landscape. But I think things are going to change, and they are going to get better from here.
Just now you mentioned that you will try and help residents in MacPherson, in your own capacity. So can you give us some examples of what you're going to do next for them?
For instance, I'll be going down to MacPherson tomorrow to talk to those low-income families that I have previously contacted regarding their inability to afford the tuition deposit. So I've already contacted a few of my personal contacts, and I will be working with them to see whether we can provide tuition to them on a pro bono basis to alleviate their financial burden.
Going by that decision, if they offer you the NCMP post, would you take it?
Is there a chance?
Just in the possibility, we're talking about the possibility.
The party is okay with it.
Oh, I will leave it to the party to decide who they want to put out as our representative from NSP. But for me, I mean, any chance to serve Singapore, even in its limited capacity, I would still want to do it as much as I can. Yeah. It's very limited. NCMP is, you can't even vote on decisions. So I do recognize that the role of NCMP is very limited, but if given the opportunity and if my party permits, I would be glad to take it up if I can use it as an avenue to serve Singaporeans.
Having said that, the party don't decide everything. The team for Marine Parade still have to decide. All right? We have to respect all the team members as well. Right?
Okay, sorry, one more question. Given all the, I'm not sure if this was asked earlier, but given all the press releases that focus you and the other candidate, in hindsight, I'm just curious what you thought about it in hindsight. Focusing on the two personalities, I'm just curious. Is that you were focusing on the issues that you said?
For me, honestly, I was just focused on campaigning. I think that the mainstream media has not been objective enough in its coverage of the opposition's campaigning. So I took a lot of what was reported with a pinch of salt. And for me, what was more important was ensuring that we had strong support on the ground. And I think for a first-timer, we did pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think that we can only look forward to a better performance the next time around.
Great job. Yeah.